told you to.
You told us to start this podcast right away. We're up against the deadline here.
So
I was going to steal Cooper's chair.
Yeah, still his chair.
We have time. This is for us to just chill and fuck around. Welcome everybody to the second rendition of Around the League because I decided to fuck it up last week.
First that'll be seen by the public.
Yeah, this will be the first time seen by the public. But again, thank you guys so much for joining us at Around the League. This episode is brought to you by Tables and Tailgates and our lovely friends over at Dave. What shorts did you get? Oh, wait, they were boxers, weren't they?
Boxers, yeah. Duluth Company.
From the Duluth Trading Company.
Yes.
I don't have anything for that yet. I haven't created any. I haven't pulled anything off of them. But guys, go over there and get you something from Duluth Trading. It's going to be in the show notes down below. The link to go over there and get you some sweet ass boxers. Dave loves them. They got the little ball catcher, I guess.
Yeah, the bullpen. The bullpen, man.
Bullpen for the balls and
put the the berries and twig in the bullpen. Good, you're set. Other underwear doesn't feel the same, you know.
Look, I do want to start this. I want to start this with last night's game, the Viking and Chargers, because we've talked a lot about you guys saying a lot, and I've heard it here and there, but I never really cared too much about it. The Chargers are charging.
They didn't charge her last night.
They looked really good last night.
Did they look really good, or did Carson Wentz look really, really bad?
Well, I'll just say this. I'm kind of pissed off because I had the Vikings running back in my fantasy because I had some guys on buying some guys that are out. And here we are. He shits the bed. Aaron Jones was activated off IR, active for Thursday's game versus the Chargers. But what's your thoughts on how the Chargers came out and just dropped 37 on the Vikings? And the Vikings coach did say, he goes, I just didn't have my team ready. And that I want to ask questions about too, but we'll go. What do you guys think of the game?
Kind of a snooze fest. I mean, listen, yeah, the Chargers put the beats on the Vikings. It looked like a game that the Vikings offensive line just never got off the bus, and Khalil Mack kind of had a return party, man. That was a defensive line showcase. That's something they're going to show on tape for a while. They just got after Carson Wentz. He did not look great. It looked like every time he got hit, you know, it was all the King's horses and all the King's men scrambling to put him back together again. And his age definitely showed out there. I mean, it was rough. It was a rough night for him.
Well, it was, and he hurt his shoulder. I mean, he was grimacing, in the second quarter? Getting ready to, I thought he was going to be done.
It's interesting. J.J. McCarthy's healthy from what I understand. I don't know if it's just like he's missed reps and maybe they don't trust the O-line. I'm not sure why he's not getting the start. Maybe someone close to the Vikings can fill me in a little bit on that. And I don't know. If I'm the Vikings, maybe I'm making some call arounds. You know, like maybe get Jameis Winston to the Vikings. I don't know. Get you someone who's healthy.
At least for comedic relief.
Well, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not out of it, so why not, right?
No, and
sure.
Kevin O'Connell shoulders the blame for the Vikings blowout to the Chargers, saying, I did not have our team ready. Or I didn't have our team prepared. At this level, this would be a good segue for this, and Jimmy played probably more football than both of us. I know than I did. I played more soccer and golf.
Good.
When it comes into a professional atmosphere and professional standard, right? How do you not have your team? How can you come out and say, I didn't have my team prepared as a professional? Like, you're supposed to be the top of what this game is, right? Of football. So
yeah, I don't know. I don't know if at that level, if they just get complacent, which I don't see how when you go into that game batting 500, how you would be complacent. You know, I could see if they were like 6-1 or something like that, and they just kind of be like, hey, it's the Chargers. We got Justin Jefferson. Like our punter could be the quarterback and look really good if he throws it to Justin Jefferson. But yeah, I don't know. I would say just like complacency kills, and that's that. Maybe that week at practice they weren't doing the reps like they should, or something. But I know they have some studs over there in Minnesota, and how they could only put up 10. I mean, and I'm not saying the Chargers is a bad team either, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and the shocking thing I think for me is that Kevin O'Connell won the NFL Coach of the Year last year. I mean, he's arguably one of the best coaches in the NFL right now. And for him to come out and say that the team isn't prepared is a little bit strange
Hmm.
for me. But they looked flat coming out the gate. You could tell there was some frustrations, especially from the wide receivers. So I don't know. All around is just a weird game. I mean, that happens in the NFL from time to time, but they definitely looked out coached. They didn't look prepared, and again, the O line got the absolute beats all night. So not a
Yeah,
good
don't lie.
situation for the Vikings.
So then on the other side, Jim Harbaugh on the Chargers QB3 DT night, just another stellar performance by Justin Herbert. So that takes me back to
Boo.
the question: are the Chargers good, or are the Vikings just that bad?
I mean, I don't think the Chargers are bad. I don't think they're normally beat the Vikings 37-10 good though.
I
I
think
think
there's somewhere in
everyone has a
between.
yeah, I think everyone has an off game, you know. That happens.
Well, yeah, they got beat 38-24 just before to the Colts. Granted, the Colts are an offensive showcase this year, but they only beat the Dolphins the week before that by 2 points. The Chargers haven't necessarily blown anybody out, or not that that matters, but I don't know. They're a weird team, and that's just like the rest of the NFL right now. The only thing we really know are that the Jets are ass.
Yeah.
And that's about all we
Well,
seem to really know with everybody.
well, let's talk about the Jets then real fast, because I do know that this the rumor mill around the Jets is he's going to keep it close to his heart on um, who's going to get the NFL, or sorry, get the starting QB position this week. Who who is that guy? I mean, that's allegedly now. This is all legend. Who do you guys see as pulling up? Because Aaron Glenn said, "I'm going to keep the Jets starting QB versus Bengals a secret. It's going to be between me and the players." What does he have
No, this is
that beats
okay.
the
In
Bengals?
my opinion, this is stupid. Is there really that much of a difference between Justin Fields and Tyrod Taylor? That the teams are you telling me a team's going to prepare completely different for either one? That's absolutely
No,
wild.
they're the same player, just 10 years apart.
Yeah, yeah. I think okay. So hypothetically, I think Tyrod Taylor has the higher floor, and Justin Fields has the higher ceiling. But for whatever reason, Justin Fields just hasn't been able to put it together since he's been in the NFL. We've seen flashes, and I think that's the reason why he's gotten the jobs that he has. Is this his third or fourth team now, right?
Yeah, he started with Buffalo, didn't he? Tyrod
No,
Taylor
he
Did he
was at
start
started
with?
with
Bill.
No,
oh,
it's
Tyrod
Justin
Taylor.
Fields.
Oh, Justin Fields. Sorry.
Yeah, no,
He
He
Justin. This
started
is
off with
with the
Chicago, then went to
Bears. Yeah,
Pittsburgh, and then the Jets.
yes, this is his third team. Tyrod Taylor's been a journeyman in the NFL for quite a while now. In fact, he speaking of Justin Herbert. Remember there was that incident with the Chargers where the doctor punctured his lung, and that's
Yeah,
why
right before
Justin
the
Herbert
game.
got the start. Yeah, I think it was against Kansas City if I'm not
It
mistaken.
was.
And
And
Justin
then
Herbert came out and slanged that thing, and Tyrod Taylor went
yeah,
back into the toy closet where it belongs, I
yeah,
guess.
Justin Herbert went from being a nobody to everyone's like, who the fuck is this guy? He had a really
Right.
I can't remember if the Chiefs won or not. I think the Chiefs lost that game.
No, I think the Chiefs won. I don't know. It doesn't
I
really
know he
matter.
was good.
He slang it around there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's that much of a difference. I think it's just Aaron Glenn trying to. I don't know. I don't think any team's getting prepared differently for one thing quarterback or the other. Justin Fields
Well,
might
not
run
for
the ball
them.
a little bit more. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I'm just saying, like, I know he says it's going to be a competitive advantage, but I just don't think if you're the Bengals, you're preparing any differently, regardless of who the quarterback is for the Jets.
I agree with you.
The Jets are an interesting franchise to me because they really are
did you,
kind of a quarterback away. I mean, they have some pieces there. Garrett Wilson and Brees Hall are no slouches, and they've got a decent defensive line. I don't know. I just it just always seems like there's something there. You know, they're just I don't know if it's an organization problem. I mean, the Jets really haven't been relevant since the Rex Ryan and Mark Sanchez fighting Mark Sanchez days.
so
But
question
yeah,
about that then. Did you guys see well, not really a question, more of a just statement. Did you guys see the kid that they recorded a video or whatever saying, so what were your thoughts of the game? He goes, we just suck. The Jets suck. I was born into this. I'll be a Jets fan the rest of my life, but we just suck. They're terrible. Did you guys see
Yeah, he
it
hates
went
them.
something like that?
that's
It's
funny.
great.
That's great. So I don't know if you guys know who he is. He's a Royals player. They call him the Pasquatch, Vinny Pasquantino. He's a big Jets fan. He's even on First Things First this past week or so. But he kept getting that video sent to him over and over. He was talking about it on the radio. It's like, yes, I've seen the Jets kid video. Stop sending it to me. That is how we all feel.
That's funny.
Oh, that's good.
Oh.
That's good
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
What
Uh,
what matchups do we have this week that look decent? How do you
Ooh.
think your Bills are going to do against the Panthers?
That's going to be a hard one. Look, we
Yeah.
talked about this. I don't think it's a walk in the park. However, Buffalo did get Larry Okunjobi back, Michael Hoyt. Matt Milano's been practicing pretty good. They activated finally off of IR and returned to full practice Maxwell Harrison, but he prefers to be called Max. So they got Max back. Look, I don't see Buffalo losing this game, playing like they were. They did go Monday and Wednesday full practice. We did just get this is the only concerning point, and I bet I probably didn't save it, so it's probably not going to be up on my phone real quick. That I can look for.
Well, while you
Stop
do
the
that,
audio and then
Josh
post it
Allen
here. It is.
has. Okay, go for it.
Terrell Bernard's ankle is, so these are game time decisions, people. So this is shorts with Tom, real fast on here. This will be the Buffalo Bills injury report. Linebacker Terrell Bernard, suffering with that ankle injury, will be questionable. He was limited in practice today and questionable for the game. Max Harrison came off that IR. He was limited. Sean McDermott said, we'll see how it goes. He is questionable to play. I think if they don't elevate Poyer, you will see Harrison go. Actually, no, they will. I believe both Harrison and Poyer's going to end up going. Daquan Jones is out, of course. Dalton Kincaid limited with his oblique. He is still questionable, which is pretty bad. Matt Milano is questionable with the pec injury. Josh Palmer is out with the knee and ankle injury. Taylor Rapp was put on IR with his knee injury. He has been suffering that since the beginning, like 10 days into training camp, been playing through it. And then wide receiver Curtis Samuel is back and full and does not carry a injury designation in. There's a lot of guys hurt right there. But with Larry Okunjobi back, Michael Hoyt coming back, and Buffalo getting some really good help in the inside. Look, that's not a slouch team they're going to play. They're undefeated at home. So Buffalo's definitely got to be ready for it. That's for sure. It's going to be a rough game.
Josh Allen also has a perfect record coming off the bye on games. So he is 7-0 following a bye week. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that'll be a good matchup. I mean, honestly, I don't know that it's a game to watch. I'll give you three that I have circled that I think are great watches. I've got the Bears Ravens, I've got the Giants Eagles, and I've got the Packers Steelers. Bears Ravens is going to be interesting. Lamar Jackson is a full go. And I mean, this is Ravens do or die. I think basically if they lose this game to the Bears, I just don't think there's any mathematical possibility for them to even kind of get back in the playoff hunt, which is wild to say. This is week 8. But when you start off as poorly as they have, I think this is do or die time for the Ravens, and the Bears are playing really well. Um, Giants
Surprisingly.
Eagles, I mean, obviously divisional game. Can the Giants bounce back from last week? Will Brian Dable run into another concussion tent? I don't know, something to keep an eye out for. And then obviously, with the Packers traveling to play Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers, so that Sunday night game, I think that could be crazy. I have no idea what to watch for that game, but um, I
So
don't know. That's going to be a good one, I think.
Brian Dable got fined $200,000 for doing that, and then Cam Scatterbo,
Yeah,
of course, got fined $100,000, or sorry, 15,000.
yeah, I just got
So
the 15.
it was a total of $200,000. Brian Dable was fined 100,000 for his incident, and Cam Scatterbo 15 grand. Don't remember what that was.
I was for going into the tent when
Mm-hmm. During the concussion evaluation.
uh
Yeah.
that's funny.
Yeesh. I don't know. Do you guys have any other games? I mean, like, I don't
Yeah, I
know.
mean Packers Steelers, I think that'll be probably that's gotta be like the game of the week.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
I think it'd be funny to watch the Giants beat the Eagles to, go off of what you were saying those games.
I
But
think
the
it's
rest of them,
possible.
I mean,
Obviously.
it's
Yeah.
like I think out of all the other teams really playing, the only teams that have like a fairly similar record that might be a decent ball game would be the Chiefs, Commanders, and the um, Bills and Panthers.
yeah, but I don't think Jaden Daniels is out for that game.
Yeah.
So
They aren't going to have. It sounds like they're going to have Terry McLaurin back, and they're going to have Debo Samuel. So they'll have some
I hope
weapons, but
he's been sitting on my bench for a while. I need him to do something.
yeah.
No, I
But
agree with
I
those
don't
games.
know.
I think those are probably the big games to watch. One, the reason I would say this that I like Big Jim, as you said, the Packers Steelers, because here's why. Steelers QB Aaron Rodgers said he will retire as a Packer, and he did say earlier in the season, he said, "I've got nothing but love for that organization." And he did say this past summer he's pretty sure that 2025 will be his final season. If it's indeed is, his plans are to ceremoniously leave the game with the Packers. So look for him to re-sign.
Dude,
But I want to know what Packers fans think of that.
what if he throws the game, right? And then the game's over, and then he just walks off into the Packers locker room. That'd be
Dude,
awesome.
that would. Oh
Just
my
be like, I quit. See you guys.
Tyreek Hill it.
uh, yeah, that'd be
Or
great.
Antonio Brown it. Sorry,
Yeah,
Antonio
Antonio
Brown it.
Yeah, I
Brown.
was like,
Yeah,
wait.
That would be wild.
Yeah,
Did he arrive at this through an ayahuasca trip?
maybe.
I don't know. I was say you never know. He's a bit of a wild card there. Aaron is. They just don't know
Yeah.
what he's gonna do. He should retire a
Uh,
Jet.
yeah. Here's one. Here's a news story that I'd love to hear your guys' definitely your guys' take on. Chiefs rookie running back Rashard Smith has made a ton of progress and could see snaps increase.
Yeah.
That was
No, I think
from the NFL.com.
I think he is Damon Wilson 2.0 or Jerick McKinnon, I guess.
either
Um,
one. Damien,
yeah, either
Damien.
one.
Pick one.
Yeah, Damien. Yeah, no, he's great. He's great at catching the ball out of the backfield. He's kind of a hybrid weapon for the Chiefs. I would love to see him get more involved in the game. He's a refreshing change of pace, and I think he's got a place on the team. I mean, I don't think he's ever going to be an every down back. I think this is probably Isaiah Pacheco's last year with the Chiefs, so we'll see who they go after in the draft. But I'm excited to see what his development looks like over the next year or two.
Then do you guys see Kansas City trading off of Pacheco or just letting him go?
I'm
Because
just
this
gonna
is
let him
the end
go.
of his. This is a rookie contract, right? So they could just let him go, and he could end up being great somewhere else. Maybe.
True, but
Good.
I think teams that would do that, that player would have to probably not be that great. Which I'm not saying he's, you know, something spectacular, but he does have value. So I think for them to just let him walk would be very financially stupid for the Chiefs.
Well,
And
they'd
if
have
not
to re-sign
financially,
him
at
to trade
least,
him.
yeah,
I
they
just
can't trade him right now.
Well, but you want to trade him this season and what? Have Kareem Hunt and Rashard Smith? What happens?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
and I don't know that any team would trade for him right now. I mean, if you look in the NFL, who needs a running back? I don't know.
I
Maybe
mean,
you pack. I
not
mean,
many.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what you do. I think you just let him walk at the end of the year. I like Isaiah Pacheco. I have his jersey. I just don't think it makes a ton of sense to have him. I will
So you're gonna
say,
keep the jersey?
yeah, I'll keep. Well,
I'm kidding. Um, man,
I don't know.
there's a lot of jerseys
I
I wanted that I didn't get because people left the Bills.
still get him.
I wanted a
They're probably
Tyrod
discount
Taylor.
now.
Yeah, I I
Yeah,
think it'd be funny to collect jerseys of players who were great with a different organization but came to the Chiefs for 1 year. Like get a Darrell Revis
yeah.
Chiefs jersey or a Terrell Suggs jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah, just for the time that they showed up. Um, Speaking of Chiefs news, real quick, I don't know if you guys saw this. Joshua Simmons' latest update is that he will be away for the team for the next few weeks. Um, Family issue, rumblings that has something to do with his mom. I have no idea. I won't really speculate on that, but it sounds like it's going to be another few weeks. I don't think he'll be back in time for the Bills game, but I will say this: when you're away for a team for that long and you're a rookie, he's lost his job. I will say for now. I don't think when he comes back he'll be a starter. Jalen Moore has filled in very well. So it's a good problem for the Chiefs to have in this situation. The only thing that make it a bad problem is if there's an injury to the O line. Trey Smith hasn't practiced this week, so I mean it's a Monday night game, so this is a Thursday instead of a Friday in the Chiefs' mind. So we'll see if Trey Smith will be back in time for the game against the Commanders. They may feel like they don't need him necessarily; they'd rather him be healthy for the big matchup the week after. But just something to keep an eye out for. I think in my mind with as much time as Joshua Simmons has missed and how well the O line is gelling, you can't really. It's not like you just plug and play. I mean, the O line and the D line are those units that are just they rely so much on cohesiveness and working together, and you can't just swap out and expect the unit to perform better necessarily. So it's just going to be in the situations I think that Joshua Simmons might be riding the bench for the rest of the season, and then we'll see what happens from there. If that means next season that Jalen Moore moves over to right tackle and fills in for Jawan Taylor, because obviously they're not going to resign him, or if Joshua Simmons is going to stay at left tackle or move over to right tackle, I don't know. That's what I would guess right now. But that's just the latest. That just came out just a couple hours ago via Nate Taylor of ESPN.
Dang. But would you think if Kansas City goes to the next 4 or 5 games just looking like Kansas City's going to win another Super Bowl caliber type team, which we know they can be, do you see them putting him in there, letting him get some snaps? Or you just think it's like, hey, like how McDermott and everybody else would be, let's manage expectations and see how we can bring you back.
I think it's I think with the lines in particular, and Jimmy, you can probably speak to this a little bit better. When I would play football, I played tight end, so I was slightly part of the line, but that's a different core, right? Like when one person's missing out of that line, like some of the
Collapses.
nonverbal communication, yeah, the nonverbal communication and like the presence you have of the player next to you, that's a relationship you really develop over time. And when you're missing that piece, it doesn't flow quite as well.
Yeah.
I've seen that in games when the left tackle goes out and then the just the way that the left guard then plays and feels like they have to overcompensate, and then you're leading to more penalties or you're your pass blocking's not as well. The protection's not quite what it was before. There's just a lot that can go wrong. So even if on the Madden sheet, one player's rated over to the other, really is about cohesion on that O line. So I feel like it's going to be one of those situations where Joshua Simmons, fantastic player, we're happy to have him on the team. I just don't know that you can just plug him right back in like nothing happened, where he's just missed this much time.
Especially when you got like Jawan Taylor has actually been not Jawan Tayloring himself since
Right?
Simmons has been
True.
gone. I mean, he
Well, and he
I
got
think
married. Well, engaged.
engaged. Yeah. So his life's partially over. So I get that. But like he I don't know, ever since he bought that ring, I don't know if she was like, hey, every penalty you get is one less letter of my name off that prenup or what exactly they have agreed to on there. But
Right.
Dang.
he's killing. And I think it'd be irresponsible for them to be like, hey, you've done great on this little streak we have going. But this new kid's gonna come take the spot. And I mean that's gonna I think change a lot of things. But being an
Mm-hmm.
lineman, I mean, it's a lot of it's too like, you see the quarterbacks practicing with receivers and getting their timing down. It's kind of like the same type of scenario with linemen. Like each lineman has different strengths, and you could take Creed Humphrey and put him as a left tackle, and he could be one of the worst left tackles you've ever seen. So I mean, you kind of everything flows as one, and when you get those five big guys up there, and they kind of figure it all out, things turn real nice for you. So
Yeah.
hopefully, kind of like what you guys are saying, I don't see him if he does whenever he does come back for them just to be like, hey, here's your spot back. Here's the keys to the city. Have fun, and especially when I mean we're rolling along pretty nicely for these last couple
Yeah.
weeks, and it
You
has
guys
nothing
aren't hurting,
negative
that's for
towards
sure.
him. I mean, it has nothing negative towards uh, Simmons, but yeah, I don't know. It's been nice to see.
But that shows depth. And it goes back to like what we've been saying all along is how great Andy Reid is, the greatest to ever be in that position. That coach, and granted, yes, it's not just him. There's other moving parts that help draft, but that's the biggest part, and that just shows depth on that offensive line and what you guys actually have in there with those guys missing. Uh, I want to roll over to the Eagles Giants real quick. I know you guys we were discussing a little bit
Yeah.
just before. With AJ Brown being ruled out, do you think the Giants are gonna like? Do you think the Eagles are back, or do you think with AJ Brown, like the Eagles are gonna end up getting beat by the Giants this week because
We're
Well,
only
they're playing
I think
in Philly.
the Eagles are being exposed for a lot of things, that they're not this unstoppable force that people think that they are. For one, they are a great team. They have tons of great players. They have a lot of talent on there.
mm-hmm.
But I don't see with AJ Brown not being there, he hasn't been a huge factor this year yet. I think he had one good game so far, like where they actually
And literally that was
went
the
after him.
last game that they played.
Yeah. And they like I mean, look, when they played like the Chiefs, didn't he only get one target? I don't think he caught the ball or something like that. Or it was something
I think
crazy because there
so.
was all these talks about him uh leaving, or they were talking about trading him. Well, they weren't, but a lot of talk was about it because they're
Right.
like, yeah, he's not getting thrown to, yada yada yada. Like, let's see here, game log. So his best game. Well, I guess I was a little wrong there. His best game was against Minnesota on the 19th.
Mm-hmm.
He had 6 targets, 4 catches, 121 yards. But I mean, like, yeah, I guess the Chiefs. I guess I was way wrong. He had 8 targets, 5 catches, 27 yards. So they held him to nothing. Tampa
Yeah.
Bay, he was targeted 9 times, caught 2 of those balls for 7 yards.
Wow. Okay.
He's only had 2 games over 100. One of those was uh against the Rams, but he was targeted 10 times, caught 6 for 109. But yeah, I mean, so he hasn't been a factor like he normally is. And so I think him not being there, I mean, they still have Goddard. They got, Jesus, what's his name? He's number
They have
6,
Devontae Smith.
Devontae
Devontae
Smith.
Devontae
Smith.
Smith. Hmm.
And so I think they'll be just fine in that category, at least. Like, I do think it'd be cool if, I don't know, they traded him to the Chiefs or something, just randomly.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Like Kansas City needs another fucking play. Like, come on. Teams
We
have
could
to
use a
start.
running back.
Listen, I get it.
There you go.
I get it. Teams have to start getting smart here. Okay? And here's why. If these teams are not going to get smart and understand that Kansas City's going to pick up people that are going to make them even more dangerous, I don't care if it's the Jets, Aaron Glenn, and you suck so bad, go pick someone up. Don't let Kansas City do it.
You know, honestly, that speech should be for your own team there, Tom.
I don't
We
know.
got
In
a good
Veach we
running back.
trust. Oh,
No, I
Veach
We got a
know,
great
but
needs
running
some
back.
players.
he does. But what I'm saying is that the Bills have a pretty big history of trading their players or trading picks to the Chiefs. So
Yeah.
appreciate you for the
we'll wait for
like,
that.
yeah. Anyway, hey, but to go back to this matchup, we're only 2 weeks removed from the Giants doubling the Eagles' score 34-17, and then the Eagles lost right before that as well to the Broncos. So I don't know. I don't know if the Eagles are back. They just beat the Vikings, and the Vikings, obviously, we just talked about their game earlier, have not looked good. Whether it's play from Carson Wentz or a suspect secondary and a weak offensive line that the Eagles probably just ate up. Actually, I didn't watch that game, so I can't really speak too much about the game between the Vikings and the Eagles. But I don't know. We'll see. The Giants match up pretty well on paper against the Eagles. I honestly have no idea who's going to win that game. So I don't know if I'm ready to say the Eagles are like the elite team in the NFC. If you put a gun to my head, I'd say right now it's probably the Lions, just because of how well they played in that most recent game. And Dan Campbell's a great coach. So I don't know. I guess we'll see. They got some good matchups ahead, and the Eagles do play the Lions here in the next couple weeks. The Eagles have got the Giants, they got the Packers, and they got the Lions. So if they go 3 for 3, then the Eagles are. I mean, they're the class of the NFC once again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I concur. One of the games I'm shocked about looking through here is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New Orleans Saints. They have Tampa Bay as a 3.5 point favorite to the 1-5 Saints. Seems odd.
Look, I know, but when Buffalo played them, like you were saying, like even the Jets, they're not terrible. They have strengths. They're not like if you look at any team in the NFL, they're not just god awful terrible. A lot of the Jets games are not blowouts. They're not getting dog walked every single time.
All right, I got to
Granted,
look at the Jets.
Dave, you do that stuff like that. Like I'm talking, go show me an NFL team that is just completely fucking god awful. The Jets.
Well, the
suck.
Jets have not won a game.
Yes, but they have great pieces, and they're like one or two pieces away from being a phenomenal football team. Whether it's a coaching problem, a front office problem, or maybe a quarterback or a defensive side problem. They're not terrible. The Saints are not like this god awful team. It's already hard enough to win in the NFL as it is. And
By the way,
you can hear from all of these teams, old players that used to play and players that are playing now, how hard it is. I mean, it's game won by inches and seconds.
The Bills blew them out 30-10. By the way.
Well, yeah, but I mean it's
the Bills sleep 30. So
yeah,
the Bills will sleep. Yeah. No.
Okay. I'm just all right.
Just say
you're right.
No,
I wonder though with the Jets if it's something like. So I know it's not exactly comparison as much, but like my senior year of high school, we had some killers on my football team. We had an amazing football team, and we went 4-5, and it was because we were having fist fights in the locker room. We had zero respect for, like, not me personally, but like I know some of the guys had zero respect for who our captains were, and some of our captains
Mm,
had zero respect for their players. And we just had like it was such a disconnect that even though we were so good, I mean, we had these two twins on my team that were junior Olympic world champion sprinters. They're identical twins, faster than I've ever seen somebody run. And we had one of them was a running back and one of them was a receiver, and like we just got killed by people because there was like zero, like I don't know if it was like give a shit or what it was, but our team chemistry was shit. And so I wonder if that has something to do with the Jets. You know, I would imagine as an adult and like that's your job. You know, it's not like something fun you
yeah,
do after school. Um, that they could get over that. So I mean, maybe I'm way off, but it is weird that when you have a team like they do, because their team's not completely terrible. They have a lot of
right.
good pieces to the puzzle. So I
No,
wonder
they
though
do.
if there's something like that in the locker room that needs to be fixed, and then maybe they, you know, start kind of flowing together better. But it is strange.
It is. You know, you hear the age-old adage, "What coaching beats talent," and I wonder if a lot of it has to do maybe with Aaron Glenn, first time as the head coach. If maybe things are just not jiving there. Um, I don't know. I mean, they do got some talent, but at the same time, Justin Fields has not been a good quarterback. I mean, if you look back through some of the games, the Broncos Jets game that took place in England, Justin Fields had 9 of 17 for 45 yards. You cannot compete in an NFL game if
Yeah.
you're throwing for
Oh,
under
definitely
100
not.
yards, let alone under 50. I don't
Yeah.
care
Well,
who your running
yeah,
back is. I don't care if it's Prime Marshall Falk or
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I said Marshall Falk, but
Well,
you know what I
yeah,
mean.
yeah,
Barry Sanders. There we
yeah.
go. If
Barry
it's Prime
Sanders.
Barry
Mm.
Sanders out there, there we go.
Well,
Well,
Marshall
here's
Marshall
my
Falk
thing
wasn't
though.
bad either.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, no, he's a stud too.
Well, here's my thing with the Jets. You know, Aaron Glenn's rebuilding, right? This is his first time. They're gonna let him rebuild a team. Some of the, you know, fans are like, we want Aaron Glenn's head. Like, you can't just keep firing. I will say this though, one place where I kind of feel, Dave, you are right a lot of the times with, and I always kind of go back and say, well, there's really not a bad, like if you look at it, NFL teams, they're just not terrible all around, is I guess what I'm trying to say. But
No, there's no
the
team that's
Dolphins,
terrible.
like the Dolphins, we know the big problem to me is their quarterback. I think Tua is not a leader. He has no leadership. Anytime they lose, he goes and airs out the dirty laundry to the whole entire team out to the public. It's them want to do this, or if Reek wants it, I ain't throwing it 60, 70 yards down the field, so just get it where the ball's going to be at. Like, come on, dude.
You can't, as a leader of a team, do a press conference and then tell the whole world, I can't get it to Waddle because I can't see over my offensive line. That's
Exactly.
something he said this week. You can't say that. You can't say that. Just take
Do you think
accountability. Hey,
Rattler says that?
didn't see him, or I don't know, dude. Does Rattler
Isn't
do press
Rattler and him both the
conferences?
same size? I
Oh, that's
may
a
be
good
wrong.
question.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
But no,
Um,
I think you are on to
Spencer
something
Rattler's
though.
6 foot. Who
So
else were we talking about? Oh, Tua.
Tua.
And
Yeah.
Turn the
Tua
ball
is
over.
6'1".
Oh.
He's taller than
So
Spencer
Tua's
Rattler.
bit, yeah, by an inch. There you go. At 6'1",
Mm.
I don't know. I just think he doesn't have leadership. So I kind of have to I look at it as you got to think each of these teams, like there is something, every team, every game played has its own DNA. And certain teams have, like, you'd think Buffalo would just go out and destroy them, or Kansas City dog walk everybody because of this. And then there's games that they end up just losing that are trap games, or
I mean,
to a team that's just not that great, but they just had their ducks in a row that week.
It happens, and this is the NFL. It's not college football, right? You're not going to have an SEC team playing a MAC team, and like for an
Yeah,
analogy for the NFL, like that doesn't happen. Like at the end of the day, these are the top 1% of the 1% of the 1%, right? These are the best players in the entire world. I just think at some point though through the season, you just are your record, and the Jets have not won a game yet, so it just is what it is at
true.
this point.
So
So
then, one last thing: do you think the Jets will win a game this year?
I'm gonna look at their
Do you
schedule.
see
Yeah, let me see what they
anywhere
got real quick.
If they're, I mean, they've got the Dolphins on the schedule. I think that might be the only winnable game for them.
Well, even their game against the
Uh,
Bengals this week. I mean, the Bengals are a beat up team,
they
so we'll
could?
see.
Then they have the
yeah,
Browns, then the Patriots, then the Ravens, then the Falcons, Dolphins, Jags, Saints.
Dude, how wild if they beat the Ravens.
No shit. With
and the
Lamar.
Ravens only have one more win than them right now,
I
so
know, but I don't know. We'll
I guess
see.
it's possible.
The
I think
tiebreaker and
honestly
give Lamar and
their best bet is going to be either the Dolphins coming up in December,
for the Saints.
maybe the Saints. Yeah, I mean,
I guess the
or
Browns.
yeah, or the Browns. I mean, I could see them upsetting the Bengals, even like doing something crazy real quick. But I don't know.
Browns got a really
They
good defense. The Browns are nasty on defense. If they iron out the offense, oh god, it'd be scary.
I don't think I'm sold
I
on
don't know.
Gabriel though.
Yeah,
no.
I'm not sold on him.
no.
With
Look,
Flacco
I think
in.
I'm with Dave.
Oh wait,
I
Flacco
think
switched, did he? Where'd he go?
He's the
yeah,
Bengals now.
he's with the Bengals.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
That's right. Because the two dinosaurs
They-
had a show off the other day.
yeah. The
The,
icy
the
hot
AAR
bowl.
people, yeah, the AAR people.
No.
I think I'm with Dave. I think the only winnable game because of how the Dolphins are playing is the Dolphins. Is the only. I mean,
That's it.
the Dolphins almost beat the Chargers 2 weeks ago.
I think. Yeah, I don't know. I
Then
wouldn't get rid of
then the
Aaron Glenn. I just don't know.
okay. Then let's do this. Then let's look at the 1-6 Dolphins and say who do you think they're going to win against if they do? They got the Falcons, which
Well, okay, then I
not a
mean you
bad
could do
team.
the same thing. The Jets, right? I mean you got them
Okay.
automatically. Yeah.
But besides
Sure.
that, let's go
Yeah,
besides that. Do
yeah.
you see them winning any other games? They got
I gotta look at
I mean,
it.
Falcons,
they have a
Ravens,
decent
Bills,
schedule. I mean,
Commanders.
they have the Steelers,
Yeah, they
Buccaneers, Patriots. I mean, Commanders
Bills,
maybe.
Commanders,
Um,
Ravens.
By then
I
Daniels will be
I
back.
I know if they keep playing as good as they do, a game to 100% watch is that game on the 30th, Saints Dolphins battle for the who's going to get their second dub. One of those two's got to do it.
It's either gonna be the Saints or the Jets.
They're going to fucking end in a tie. You watch like 10-10 tie, something
Oh
stupid
my
like that.
God. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
That'd
you
be
just
good.
spoke it into existence. He
That
did.
would be hilarious.
That'd be
Oh,
goodness.
Jesus. Anyway,
I
Other than
okay.
that,
Yeah. I don't
what you
know.
got, Dave?
I think I think okay, I think we gotta take it out of the NFL a little bit and talk about the biggest sports story of the week. You guys know what the biggest sports story of the week is?
yes, I do. Yes, I actually, yes, I do. I think I know exactly, and I'll.
Yeah, what's the biggest sports story of the week? Yeah.
The FBI had to do with it.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Do you know anything about this? Yeah.
I saw it.
Let's
It came
definitely
across my phone, and I was like, "Man, you guys are messing
God.
up, betting against people. Like you can't. It's such a dumb thing. Like you. It's so easy to get caught. I'm sure there, in the unlikely chance there's a professional athlete watching this. That's like, no, it's not. I've been doing it for a while, you know.
Yeah,
But when you get caught, like
Yeah.
it's like, man, you just look dumb. Like,
and you
what's the
know it's a
point?
big deal when Adam Schefter talks about it.
True.
Yeah.
Absolutely wild. I think the funniest thing, and if you haven't seen the news or you're living under a rock, basically a bunch of former NBA players, a few current NBA players, and the head coach of the Portland Trailblazers um, have been arrested by the FBI for rigging games, basically, for betting. And not only is it just them involved, they're linked with the mafia, which is absolutely wild. What
This is
year are we
fucking
living in? Is this
yeah.
the
That's what I was about to say.
is this
We're
the
fucking 90s
2020s or the
again.
1920s, bro? Is this the 1920s? We got the mob involved?
Fuck
Absolutely
yeah.
insane. My One of my favorite things to come out of this is there's highlights. So Terry Rozier, current or soon to be former NBA player, well, he's basically former now. There's the highlight tape of all of his fuck ups of when he's trying to rig the under there. So it makes me wonder what kind of repercussions this has for sports betting. I would imagine that they're going to look at maybe some of the prop bets and how easy it is to bet the unders and how easy it is for players to go down with foot injuries. Um, so that because you have to get some playing time in for the bet to count. You can't just go down with an injury and not get anything in, and then that'll void the bet. So they have to play a little bit and then fake something. So absolutely fascinating that this. I mean, just absolutely just what a way for the NBA to start, huh? Uh,
Well, look, so I was telling my daughter's boyfriend because they love basketball and stuff, and look, I live in Oklahoma, and the Thunder won last year, won the NBA Finals,
yeah.
and then they just these past two games, the first two games they won, but they went into like double overtime, and they were like, "Oh, we're gonna win, we're doing this." I'm like, "Yeah, nobody fucking cares about the NBA." Point proven. Nobody cares about like there is NBA teams out there that give away tickets for free and alcohol for free because nobody will come to the games. And here's another point: Chauncey Billups. Why do you have to like let just play?
Yeah.
There was
The,
one of them that I read that he like I don't know if it's him. They were showing how much he made, like just like his salary,
mm,
and people were talking about it. I was like passing by. I think even Brew and them talked about it. Was like, is what however millions and millions of dollars you make per year not enough that you have to rig NBA games to make more money?
Yeah, that's
yeah.
just money changes people, man. You get
Uh,
greedy, no matter how much you have.
it
I
does.
mean, I feel like if my job paid me $1 million a year, I probably wouldn't go intentionally set things on fire and bet that we're gonna go put it out or something. Like,
yeah. Yeah.
So, do you know? This is crazy. This just popped up because I was actually looking up. I wanted to see if I could find his salary. Do you know NFL players? So it says sports gambling suspensions for pro athletes are on the rise. At least 6 professional athletes were suspended or banned from gambling violations last year. That was in 2024. In 2019, in 2020, or sorry, 2022, Shaw, Austin, and Calvin Ridley are three.
Mm,
Miles
mhm.
Austin, he's a former NFL wide receiver with an assistant coach for the New York Jets at the time, which was his. And then I think it's what Jason Shaw. I can't remember his actual name.
yeah.
And then 2023 NFL, Barry Berryhill, Cephas, C.J. Moore, Pete Ferrer, I. Rogers, Dwayne
Isaiah
Taylor,
Rogers,
Isaiah Rogers, I
maybe.
believe, Dwayne Taylor, Tony, Owazarika, and Williams. And then 2024, there's been nobody yet, but it's crazy. All
Yeah.
these
So
they show it.
I will say,
Pro
like, to
players.
give some clarity or to shine some, I think a lot of those players, they're not those players in particular. I don't think are betting on NFL games. A lot of time they're
Yeah.
betting on like college, and the way it works is like it's geocache. So if you're within the area of the facility and they catch your
Yes.
ass, I mean,
Yeah.
they treat it the same because
And a lot of these guys may not necessarily be active roster players. They could be
right.
just working for a team in some capacity. That keeps that's crazy, dude.
Yeah, they're cracking down hard. It happened in Major League Baseball as well. There's been footage of a pitcher who, because I think with the props you can bet on just how fast the first pitch is going to be, and if you're an MLB player, you can rig that shit. Oh yeah, I'm gonna throw under 95 in this first pitch. Put some money on that. So I think it's a lot easier for Major League Baseball players and NBA players to kind of rig it a little bit, whereas with the NFL, it's you've got 10 other people on your team, and it's harder to know
Do
exactly
you
how
guys
that's
know
going to go.
active NFL players then, or MLB players? The only reason I ask that is, can we ask them to be like, "Hey, do one thing. We'll bet it, not you, and we just make the money. Just help us out. If you guys are
I'm
gonna,
pretty sure. Yeah. So the way
I'm
now, from
kidding.
what I understand, the
It's a
way a lot of
joke.
these, yeah, it's a joke. I think
I'm
so.
supposed
I
to
mean, a
joke.
lot
I
of these
don't care.
betting apps, they have algorithms, and they pick up on weird tendencies. So it's like, oh, that's weird. A lot of people, put a lot of money into Terry Rozier under the points, and a lot of money came in pretty quickly on that. We'll flag that and keep an eye on it. So I mean, these betting sites are really getting it down. And I would argue actually that sports betting is probably better this way, like having it legal, because there's a lot more transparency, I think, involved. Whereas who knows how long this shit was going on when there wasn't this sort of online betting, where there's probably shady people doing it under the table. So that shit's probably been happening forever. So if you're thinking about NBA betting, maybe just don't for a little while, or if you are, maybe just bet the under on certain players. Uh, yeah, I don't know. It's fascinating, but I suspect more is probably going to come out. So the three big names so far are Chauncey Billups, again, the Portland Trailblazers head coach, the Miami guard Terry Rozier, and former NBA player and coach Damon Jones. One other thing that was pretty interesting, it sounds like the mob had Chauncey Billups running these like fake ass fucking not on the up and up poker tournaments, and they were cheating with like crazy technology. You should look into it. Like they were using X-ray glasses to know what other players are having. And
What?
there's like a professional poker player who was on a podcast in like 2022, 2023. And he's like, oh yeah, I was invited to this poker tournament hosted by Chauncey Billups. He's like, I knew something weird was going on when all these people were just winning money or losing money for no reason. Pros were losing money hand over fist, but all these amateurs weren't. So, yeah, he talks about that. So, I mean, listen, if that was on some professional poker players like radar,
That's
then
insane.
you're pretty damn sure the FBI probably has had it on their radar for
Oh
some
yeah.
time. And Cash Patel said he'd been looking into this for years. So they must have built a hell of a case. From what I understand, Terry Rozier has posted bail and sold his like $6 million house, or maybe that's Chauncey Billups who did it to be able to get out. But yeah, no, these guys are going to prison for a long time.
Man,
Dumb shit.
Jesus. Well, hey,
Uh,
look,
Absolutely
guess what?
wild.
Can I say something though? We
You're
actually
going to no
Yeah,
matter
recorded this
what.
whole one. It
That's
actually
we
shocking.
did.
recorded,
Well, you haven't hit
We did
stop
not
it.
yet,
just
so
11 minutes of it.
yeah, you haven't hit stop yet. So let's see what
Yes, but I
happens.
will. But let's do this. This episode of Around the League was brought to you by our friends over at the Duluth Trading Company. That brand for guys and gals who actually get their hands dirty. You know what we're talking about. Real workwear that doesn't quit halfway through the job. Whether you're busting your ass on the job site, tailgating in sub-zero weather, or wrestling that folding table Bills Mafia style, Duluth's got the gear that can take it. From their fire hose work pants that can survive a weekend in a Chiefs parking lot or working with J-Rock, to their buck naked underwear that keeps you cool when the game gets heated. This is gear made for comfort, toughness, and zero quit. So don't waste your time with cheap knockoffs. Head to DuluthTradingCompany.com. Right down there in the show notes, our link right there will take you there where you can get geared up like a pro. Duluth Trading Company, clothes for the unbreakable. Guys, huge shout out to all of our new subscribers and followers. And of course, just like always, even on Tables and Tailgates, all those OGs who have been riding with us from the start. This was the first episode of Around the League, but thank you so much for being here. You could have been anywhere else, but guess what? You were here with us, and we greatly appreciate that and love every single one of you guys. Hey, best way to support the show, hit that follow button, smash that like button, subscribe, share it with your crew, and ring that bell so you never miss when new content drops. New episodes of Around the League are going to drop every Saturday. Hopefully, we can get it going and I don't mess up again, but where it will be wherever you get your podcasts. I think that's going to do it from us, guys. This was the first show of Around the League. Technically, the second one because I ruined it. But hey, they'll forgive me one way or another. They won't.
Maybe.
They probably won't. Maybe.
We'll think
I
about
wouldn't bet on it.
it.
Till next time. Love you guys.
Peace.